today I'm going to talk to you about something a little bit different than the last time. Last time I talked about the customer side of things and more marketing. Today I'm going to talk to you about web design, which is my specialty. And those of you who don't know me, I'm Sibo, and I own Novel Avenue Creative, which is a web design, development company. We specialize in building and creating and then promoting. Before I get started, I do also want to give a shout out to G Foley's, because this is the first time I've ever been in here, and this place is nice, man. All right, it's really nice. I also want to give a shout out to Dr. Donovan. Is that how I pronounce that? Donovan? I like what you're doing, man. That's great. The D. Can I just call you Dr. D? Is that? Okay, sweet. I want to come check you out because I think what you're doing is awesome. Steve. I actually prefer Dr. D if that's all right. So today, what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to create a perfect website homepage. And this is a really tough thing to do, and I'm sure you know it. If you've ever visited anyone's website and you weren't able to get to the information that you wanted, or it evaded you in some way, that's a terrible website, or at least a terrible homepage. There are three things that every homepage should have. And if they don't have these three things, then most likely, it's not a perfected homepage. The number one is it has to evoke an emotion. Emotional evocation or emotional connection in a website is number one. And this is why. If I was selling you, for example, baby clothes, and you came to my website and it was all black, it's unlikely that you think I was selling baby clothes. Maybe Kenneth Cole, but not baby clothes. Number two, you have to have an intuitive navigation. People have to get to information very easily, very seamlessly. And if it's not optimized, for example, for a phone or for a tablet, they're likely to leave. Third, and most important, you have to find a balance between your goals and the goals of the user. If your goal is to have that baby product sold, and the goal of the user is to find the appropriate baby product, then you need to have a search where they can then get to what they want. And you need to have it readily available as soon as they get to the website. These three things, although they sound relatively easy to implement, the truth is it's really, really, really hard. It's really difficult to actually put them all together comprehensively on a site. But to do it, and I do it because I'm really good at what I do, the first thing you have to know is what your website's epicenter is. An epicenter is a term that we use in design to determine whatever the most important thing to your site or to the experience of your site, whatever that thing is, whether it's a search engine, whether it's a form, whether it's a photograph. Once you determine what that thing is, you can then design around it. You also need to know your user. And in knowing your user, you also have to know your product. If you know your user, then you can create the emotional evocation that you want. If you know that your demographic is Karen, for example, I know that my website seems to have balloons all over it and fluffy animals. But I know that because I know my user and I know my product. You also have to have enough data that can be refreshed, which is the toughest part of any of it. So what I'm going to do today, and if you try not to gong me, please, what I'll try to do is something that, if you've worked with me, and I've worked with a lot of people in this room, I do this with every website I ever do. I will wireframe a whole site in the room with you. So I'm going to try it right now, but I need a volunteer. Somebody who, I saw that hand go up, don't think I didn't see it. Okay. I'm giving away free cars. No, I'm kidding. No. I need someone who has a website that they would like it updated. Come on. Come on down. Oh, I didn't even see you. I'll tell you what, I'm going to tag team this and we'll do both of them. Come on, you can come up here too. Come on. All right, you first. What's your name?
Paulette.
Paulette? Paulette.
And I'm an artist.
Everyone say hello to Paulette. And you're an artist?
Yes.
What type of art do you do?
All different types, but
I love
mostly
that.
face painting and characters.
When someone says I'm an artist, I usually just go, that means you're awesome. And what's your name?
Lori.
Lori, how you doing? Everyone say hi to Lori. Lori, what do you do?
I'm a retailer.
What do you sell?
Jewelry, clothing, swimwear.
Okay, I can handle that. I thought you were going to say something very, very...
All that jewelry you see me wearing.
I've
That's her? Wait, what's the name of your business? Oh, yeah, I know. That's, Shimmer Seas. I've seen your stuff.
Very good at brick and mortar.
That's
My
it.
website really sucks.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's usually why people come to me,
Hired
so
Honey. It's her first day. She's supposed to help me with that.
I got you.
You two can work together.
All right.
It's magic for me.
Good, because I consider myself a magician. So let's start with you, all right?
All right.
You do art, you say you do face painting. Do you currently have a website?
Yes. Mermaids don't cook.
Mermaidsdon'tcook.com. Did everybody hear that? Mermaidsdon'tcook.com. Get your iPhones out. On your website, let's talk Epicenter. What's the most important thing that you want users to see when they visit your site?
My art.
Your artwork. You want it displayed in a very vibrant way, I'm imagining. And because you said you do mostly face painting?
I do face painting and caricatures.
Caricatures. So that means your user base is, or the people you want visiting your site are? Mommies. I thought so. So in her, as far as she's concerned, emotional evocation is going to be aimed at women who have children.
Right.
It's going to be a fun website, colorful, vibrant, maybe a little bit of animation, something simple, but it also showcases, and the animation doesn't take away from the photography of the artwork. All right, and we're going to draw this whole bad boy up. You, Shimmering Seas. I have like horror stories of retail websites. I won't share right now, but they're horrible. But I have some good stories too. You sell jewelry. Karen, can you come over here and maybe, you don't have any? Oh, good Lord. I was going to have you model, but now you can go back. You can go back.
In front of all you, Karen is my favorite customer of all time. I love Karen.
Because I buy a lot of jewelry.
No.
well, for all my people.
Well, that's how I met her, but
Terrible.
I love your soul,
This is
baby.
Eve, I was good tonight.
I'm suddenly very glad my wife didn't attend. So your jewelry is it custom made? Is it
We specialize in silver because silver is the new gold. Right?
I agree. I don't have any. Oh yeah, I do have a ring also.
We specialize in silver. A lot of our creations, we sell different handmade creations. Some are cast work as well.
How broad is the variation? Is it
The price point, you mean?
yes?
Price point, $5, $500.
Okay. Price point.
800.
Price point actually has a big effect on the emotional evocation, and I've seen this quite a bit. I had a client out of New York, and they did really high-end diamond jewelry, and he goes, "I want the whole site to be solid gray," and I was like, "Well, I don't really know if gray is going to make me want to buy a diamond. I don't know about you, but maybe my wife, but I don't know. I wouldn't." And we end up talking him out of it. In your case, I think the price point has to play to it. It has to do the same thing. And because your name is Shimmering Seas, wait, what's your URL?
ShimmeringSeas.com.
ShimmeringSeas.com. Write it down. You also probably want to tie it to the beach, or
I want the essence of the sea.
the essence of the
Inspired by
sea. Right. So what you'd probably have is a nice but muted beach background, maybe some sea oats kind of coming up with imagery of the appropriate pieces, maybe your featured pieces, and the ability to search those pieces to find the ones you want. Featured pieces go first so that everyone can see them, see the most important jewelry that you have, most valuable, or the ones that you think are going to evoke an emotion that you want, and then the ability to index the rest of them and search them. So let's get started. All right, now I'm doing this. I do this all the time, but you're gonna have to bear with me because I've never done two at a time. So
They're both sea related.
this is true. This is true.
Mermaids and shimmer girls. So
Okay, so I'm gonna start with you. Me closer or okay, come on over. I don't bite.
Or as I tell the kids,
The-
not too hard.
That's see, I can't say that. I'll get in all kinds of trouble. Okay, so let's start with you.
All right.
Okay. Imagine that this is the viewing window of a website. So if you can imagine this being your laptop or your desktop. We're going to build within about 1,000 pixels wide, which is typical for a website. If you think about the smallest screen that you're probably going to see is 124 by 768, and if you have one of those, throw it out because I hate building for that small, but that means that we're within 1,000 pixels. This makes up the background of your website. And in your case, we want it to be fun, want it to be light, so we'd probably have something nice, textured, really colorful, but accentuates what's in the middle. So we'll just color all this in, and we'll have something fun back there, and we'll talk about it in just a second. Lime green. Is that why you're wearing green?
Is that your favorite color?
I like it. She goes, no. All right.
Baby, steady on.
Yeah, you see this? It's evil eyes. She gonged me. Okay, so we have Ruth in the frame. Now this point right here is what's called the fold. Does anybody know what that means? Good man, good man. So what this means is, for those who don't know, this is a term that comes from newspapers. When the newspaper stack went out, if you could see it on the first fold, the first frame, then it was more likely to be picked up. This is now translated to the web, and it's the point of scroll. Everything you see here is before you scroll once. So we want to give them everything they need before they scroll. And in your case, we got your logo up here, for example. We got a simplified navigation. I say simplified because I am not big on having a big giant navigation. And then we're going to blow them away with some pictures. All right? Big, giant picture. And this picture will be faces, smiling, happy kids, colors, all that good stuff. And then you're going to have right here sort of a little box like this. And this box is going to be information. Telephone number, a little bit about you, and a big button that says get started. This button is a very, very important thing, and we just barely touched on it. The balance between what the user wants and what you want. What you want is a conversion. You want a place in your site that means that you've won them over. Be that they purchase something, or they fill out a form, or they call you, what have you, you want the conversion. This constitutes a conversion point for you. Now, if you notice, before this fold, we don't have any text, except for this. This is on purpose, because I want them to see these kids. I want to see them smiling. I want to see the fun faces. I want to see the art that's associated with it. Underneath this, we'd have graphical categories. So if you can imagine these being pictures of the different types of art that you do. So this is face painting, this is caricatures, whatever else you have. So they can click and go right to it and see more of that category type. Then we'd have a simplified footer with your telephone number again, some links to get around the site. It's good to have link backs to other people's site. So maybe we'd have some sponsors or places that you've done art. Maybe if you've done it at Pier Park, a Pier Park link that goes back to Pier Park. And then in this same footer, we'd have a form. It's called a quick form, which is name, email, and a box where they can ask you questions. And this is on every single page of the site, so no matter where they are, they can contact you. And it doesn't have to be by phone, because typically people don't want to call you, they want to just type something in. They want to text message you if they can. All right, so this is yours. I'm going to leave this right here so I don't get gonged again, Karen. And then we're going to do some shimmering seas. Can you hold this for me? All right, same thing, big wide site. Now yours, we're not going to do within 1,000. Okay, we're going to fill up this whole screen with a big, big, beautiful photo. And this is going to rotate. One of the things I didn't talk about was freshness. If I go to a website, if you think about every website you've ever seen that you loved, every time you visit it, usually there's new content. My favorite website is ESPN.com. And when I go, there's a new story. Today was about LeBron, which is my boy. We're friends, by the way. And every day it's new. So we want to create that with yours. We want to create some newness. And this is why. If Karen goes and she buys a piece, when she goes to your site, you need to show her something new, because she'll spend some more money. I know she will. All right, so let's do this. We're going to have a big sort of wavy beach in the background here. Logo kind of hovering. And the navigation kind of hovering. And then we'd have like this. It's going to be a big picture, but it's going to look like a photograph. Okay, like that. Maybe even have a little bit of texture on it. This beach is going to be kind of muted, like I said before, real light. We'd have some nice sea oats coming up, maybe some seashells here and there, like that, and some sand, and you have the water kind of coming underneath. With you, I want to have a statement, something that tells your story very quickly, whether it be, experience the sea or something like that. In a nice scripty font, fills up the page. Again, we're looking at the fold about right here. Now we have a search for, actually we put the search up here, a search for different jewelry types. and they can get to the product that they want. This is a feature, and this rotates. So every time they come to the page, it's something new, a different showcase of your jewelry or your type of jewelry. So let's say this first slide is just necklaces. The next slide is just bracelets, and it rotates through. The navigation will be a little bit different. We have traditional navigation, but we'd also have some buttons up here. And these buttons exist because I want to create another conversion point that exists all the time in the same place. With retail, I find that if I'm in a navigation and I'm searching for something, typically I already know what I want. If I want to buy shoes, which I buy a lot of, I will go to Zappos.com. I know exactly where the shoe button is. I click it. I appreciate how soft it was. I'll let you take this, and we'll talk afterwards. Do I have to sing a song? I can dance, though. No. Did you say that, Jason? Terrible. It's okay, Karen.